Good evening, everyone, and welcome to World Cricket Fans Dugout. And a Super Sunday has just ended with two dominant performances, I would say, from two teams. Well, it was expected to have a little bit of close contest in the evening game, but unfortunately, Punjab wasn't able to do it. And of course, with that all, Rajasthan Royals has managed to get a dominant win over Sunrisers Hyderabad. So we have a lot to discuss on that. We'll just go to Sandy Paji because obviously he's excited and why he wouldn't be. His team has won very comfortably. So, Paji, a few words on your team's performance today.
I am ecstatic. Today we have seen everything come right. I woke up in the morning and I thought to myself, what color should I wear today? And a vision of Romit came into my eyes and my chehra, and I thought, I have to wear orange. Orange is the new pink. And I thought, okay, Varun is here. I'm going to upset Varun. But sometimes you have to be cruel to be kind. And I thought I would wear orange. So orange being the Sikh color, the Hindu color, religious color, I thought, what better? And then I got the news, Lord Anatkat wasn't playing, and I thought, this might not be good for us. But then Lord Anatkat was praying in the stand. I saw him today. He was praying for a team victory, and then everything came right. Orange worked for me today. I would definitely be wearing yellow. Yeah, I don't have to do my mustache orange. So I am so happy. I am so glad. And it's Jai 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 Dev Halla Bol Dal Bati Churma Rajasthani Surma.
Wow. Anuj, I want to come to you on Rajasthan. Let's start how the innings in the first innings they batted. I would say a really good start from Jaiswal, but unfortunately, Rashid Khan got his wicket on a straight ball. But after that, Sanju Samson and Josh Butler played really well. They took really, I would say, less risk, and a lot of shots were gone there. So, how do you see this batting performance? And obviously, words on Josh Butler because he has silenced his critics, and the way he played and that century, his first century in the IPL. So, your thoughts?
That's a very good sign for Rajasthan Royals because we all want that Sanju Samson and Josh Butler to fire together. It's been a long time that we haven't seen Josh Butler and Sanju Samson rising to the occasion together. So it was important. It was need of the hour, I would say. अगर आज नहीं करते तो कब करते? And I believe it's time now for Rajasthan to be consistent. I mean, ऐसा नहीं होना चाहिए कि आज जीत गए तो फिर दो तीन दिन मैच जो है दो तीन बार आप वही सूखा आ जाए, ये नहीं चाहिए. वी वांट अ कंसिस्टेंसी कि जो बड़ी टीम्स होती हैं वो ऑन अ ट्रॉट जीतती हैं, चाहे मुंबई हो, दिल्ली हो या चेन्नई हो. सो आई बिलीव कि अब थिंक टैंक में मोमेंटम आई है. संगकारा के साथ साथ एक पॉजिटिविटी तो आती है जब भी आप ऐसा एक तरफा मैच जीतते हो. 220 आपने बोर्ड पे लगा दिए, उसके बाद सामने वाली टीम को आपने एकदम ही नेस्ता नाबूद कर दिया, उनको मौका ही नहीं दिया आपने. हैदराबाद वाज नेवर इन द गेम. इफ यू सी पहले 6 ओवर में दे स्कोर्ड 50 odd with Manish Pandey and Johnny Westo, playing a cameo, we can say. But after that, राजस्थान का पूरा पूरा कंट्रोल था एंड राजस्थान डिजर्व द विक्ट्री, आई वुड से. केन विलियमसन पे भी मैं थोड़ा बात करना चाहूंगा, थोड़ा आगे बात करेंगे उनपे. बट हाँ, फिलहाल राजस्थान का आज दिन था, रजवाड़ों का दिन था. दाल बाटी चूरमा, नो बिरयानी टुडे.
अच्छा, अनुज, मुझे एक जस्ट थॉट था मेरा कि व्हेन आई वाज वाचिंग आरआर बैट, the only problem I saw is sending Riyan Parag over David Miller because that mentality आज तो मतलब इतना costly prove नहीं हुई है because वहां से जॉस बटलर ने वो सिक्सेस मार दिए थे आपके लास्ट में. बट अगर ये मेंटालिटी आगे रहेगी तो आपको लगता है इट विल क्रिएट अ प्रॉब्लम बिकॉज ऑब्वियसली डेविड मिलर इज अ फार बेटर प्लेयर देन रियान पराग. आई एम नॉट सेइंग आई हैव एनीथिंग अगेंस्ट हिम, बट that's how we see cricket. David Miller, और आपने देखा last में he gave that finish with that six. So were you happy or I would say surprised with how the management sent Riyan Parag over David Miller?
मैं बिल्कुल शॉक में था कि आपने डेविड मिलर को क्यों नहीं भेजा, क्योंकि 2 मैचेस हो चुके हैं कि मिलर ने तकरीबन कुल मिला के 10 गेंदें खेली हैं. इफ यू सी फ्रॉम लास्ट 2 मैचेस, इफ यू टॉक अबाउट, तो यहाँ पे थोड़ा बहुत आई गेस अपॉर्चुनिटी मिस करी. शायद 220 जो था वो शायद 230 मैचेस भी हमको देखने को मिल सकता था अगर मिलर पहले आ जाते. और राइट एंड लेफ्ट कॉम्बिनेशन का भी आपको पता ही है, एक सरदर्दी रहती है सामने वाली टीम के लिए, उसका भी इफेक्ट पड़ता ही है। तो आई बिलीव यहाँ पे थोड़ा बहुत चूक हुई है। फॉर्चुनेट है राजस्थान के लिए कि वो जीत गए, हम उस पर अभी बात नहीं कर रहे हैं। अगर कल को आज हम हार जाते, एक यहाँ नेक टू नेक कहीं ना कहीं मैच चल जाता, तो शायद हम बात कर रहे होते कि क्या वो पराग ने जो बॉलें खाई, जैसे पाजी बताते हैं, शिवम दुबे ने जैसे 35 बॉलें पिछले मैच में खा ली थी, तो शायद वो हम जीत चुके, तो शायद वो जो वल्नरेबिलिटी सामने आई है वो छुप गई है, यू नो
बिल्कुल।
बट ये जो चीज है, इस पे वर्क करना रहेगा राजस्थान को। जायसवाल पे भी मैं थोड़ी बात करना चाहूंगा कि जब आपको दो बाउंड्रीज मिल चुकी हैं एक ओवर में, सामने राशिद खान जैसा बॉलर है, वो एक एक्सपीरियंस कैंपेनर है, और यहीं पे कहीं ना कहीं इनएक्सपीरियंस झलक के आया है यशस्वी जायसवाल का। वो शॉट बनता नहीं था, पहले ही एक जब अपील हुई है, रिव्यू भी लिया, चलो वो तो एक ब्लंडर था विलियमसन की तरफ से, वो एक डेस्परेशन था मोर देन एनीथिंग एल्स फ्रॉम विलियमसन एंड इफ यू सी दी एसआरएच डिपार्टमेंट। तो वहां पे थोड़ा बहुत वर्क करने की जरूरत है, संगकारों को बैठने की जरूरत है कि आपको जब एक फ्रंट एंड आपका बॉलर सामने है राशिद खान, जिसको बड़े बड़े बैट्समैन नहीं मार पाए यार, विराट कोहली भी स्ट्रगल करते हैं कहीं ना कहीं उसके सामने, उसको आप आड़ा शॉट मारने को जा रहे हो, दैट ओवरऑल आई गेस थोड़े बहुत प्रश्न चिन्ह है जिसपे राजस्थान रॉयल्स को वर्क करना है। जीते हैं लेकिन बट स्टिल आई बिलीव अगर कुछ ऐसे पॉइंट्स को वो पॉजिटिव वीकनेसेस को पॉजिटिव में तब्दील कर लेंगे, देन मुझे नहीं लगता कि इनको टॉप 4 में जाने से कोई रोक पाएगा।
एक मिनट ਇੱਥੇ ਗੱਲ ਕਰੂੰਗੇ I just say that I think the most important part in this game was the 2 overs Rashid Khan had against Josh Butler and Sanju, because they were really struggling, and they sorted it out. So overall, I agree with Anuj 100%. Our two big problems today was the David Miller decision and also the Rahul Tewatia problem. That's a big problem for Rajasthan, because every ball he's bowling, every third ball is on the leg side and he's going for 4. So he's going for 10 and over, and you cannot sustain that for the whole of the in the next game. So I would like to see Mike Makhande come in, be given a chance. We've been saying it for 2 years. He probably is the best spinner in our team, and then keep Raut in. Raut must stay. And today the star man for me was Kartik Tyagi, because that was amazing to see an Indian bowler to bowl 140 consistently through the 4 overs. Yes, he was expensive in one of the overs, but overall, super happy. Sakaria, super happy. Morris, super happy. And Fizz, super happy. It was an 8 out of 10 performance from Rajasthan Royals today.
Yeah. So Varun, I wanted to talk upon obviously the SRH bowling. One or two crucial decisions I think where SRH went wrong is the first one I would say is that LBW. Purely not because that LBW was a plumb, it was going past the leg stump. Purely because it was against a youngster. Had there been Josh Butler, I would have understand. You take your chances against a world class batsman. So that was one blunder, and the second one, which I thought is bowling Rashid Khan before 11 overs. And this is the first time in the history of IPL that Rashid Khan has been bowled as all 4 overs before 12 overs. So how crucial that was, because the SRH bowlers were struggling to restrict RR in the later part of the tournament. So how costly did it to prove?
First of all, talking about the LBW, it wasn't necessary at all, because as you said, he's a youngster and, he's not that much experienced. So even if we take his wicket or not, he will give his wicket eventually. He's not that big of a player, I would say. So it was not really necessary. And then another, it was LBW chance. We did not have that review. We wasted it. That was a bad choice for us. And again, he finished his overs within the 11 overs. Kane knows better than that. I don't think this was his decision, because he has a lot of experience and he would not use his star bowler like that. So I feel like the management is using the captain like a robot. They are just commanding him with a remote, putting signals to his brain. Come on, do this, come on, do that. It's not his decision at all. Literally,
Yeah.
he can, it's not like him, an experienced captain like that, in the World Cup, who took his team to the finals. Such an experienced captain, like he would not, give his experienced bowler, before 15 overs, because you really need that help from your trump card. So this is not a decision made by Kane or David if he was the captain. This is purely all from the management right now, and this is the worst management we have at the moment. They are not doing anything right at the moment.
I agree
I
with
just
you,
want to
Mohammed.
add
I
one
agree
thing.
with Varun on that point because it looks like if you look at the bench, they have a star-studded coaching bench. But for them not to make these decisions, something is not right in that camp. And we saw right at the end
Yeah.
when Warner and the manager was standing there, and it didn't look right, and he was looking like this, and he was looking like that. There is something seriously wrong. I think the Manish Pandey scenario has caused this. So I think that is the big issue with Sunrisers. They are very dysfunctional today. Strategy was all over the park. And for Rajasthan
Yeah.
Rose to score 220 and then not to have Warner in the team, it was happy days for Halla board today. So I really enjoyed the game. I did not enjoy seeing Varun today because he woke up at 2 o'clock in the morning or 3 o'clock in the morning AM. Their time to go on Sunday live. So I understand why he's obsessed. But now, Varun, they can have the biryani in Hyderabad. Go home in a couple of games time. सब कुछ ठीक हो गया आराम से कोई टेंशन ना बिरयानी
But just to add on this, Paji, Warner said that selectors ने जो है मनीष पांडे को बाहर कर दिया. Who are the selectors? The management, no. Trevor Ballis, VVS Lakshman, Tom Moody. I mean, they are the management or they are the selectors. Because clear करना भी जरूरी है. Selectors, it's not like कि team India है या team पाकिस्तान है या फलाना है. उसको क्लियर करना चाहिए था. I guess थोड़ा बहुत बिलो दी बेल्ट वार्नर भी चले गया कि उसको शायद प्रेस कॉन्फ्रेंस में ये चीज नहीं बोलनी चाहिए थी. बिकॉज कहते हैं कि ड्रेसिंग रूम की बात ड्रेसिंग रूम में ही रहनी चाहिए, एज वी से. सो शायद वहां एक रिफ्ट मुझे नजर आ रही है हैदराबाद के कैंप में, जिसकी वजह से मोराल जो है हैदराबाद के कैंप का वो सीधा सीधा नजर आ रहा है. क्योंकि सबसे पहली बात तो ये कि विलियमसन की कप्तानी आज नजर आई नहीं. जो विलियमसन का एक ऑरा है जो जो उनकी पर्सनालिटी है वो कहीं ना कहीं मिसिंग थी. क्योंकि एक प्लेयर के जहन में एक चीज रहती है जब भी अगर कोई टीम में खराबी चल रही है. हमने टीम इंडिया के साथ भी देखा था ग्रेग चैपल के दौर में कि टीम जो थी पूरी बिखर गई थी. That's what I think that it's been happening with Hyderabad in this season as well. Maybe they have to change the management in the next season. That's what I feel.
And also, just one point, Varun, that then you can start. I think, a captain like Kane Williamson in his right mind would never drop a player like David Warner from his team. I cannot see a captain like Kane Williamson doing it. Purely, I think, as you said, this might be a management's call, because I heard that Tom Moody has given a statement that they have had to drop someone, and it was unfortunate that David Warner was dropped. And after that he went on to say that David Warner was shocked and he was disappointed. So these two terms matter a lot. So let's see, hope it goes well for them. Varun, you wanted to add some point?
Yeah, I think it was this match or last match for SRH. Trevor Bayliss, I guess he's the selector for our team at the moment. He said, I don't take the responsibility, of selecting the players. If he is the coach and he is the main selector for our team, what is he doing sitting in the pavilion? Just writing down notes all the time. That's not right. He said in a press conference, I don't take responsibility, selecting the players. I mean, I was so confused and mad at him, literally. I mean, what is he doing? And then again, I think he also said that Warner, he might not get a chance to play this season because we need one overseas all rounder, two
Yeah, I heard.
batsmen, and one bowler. Dropping Warner. Again, Kane Williamson, he actually wanted Warner in his XI, but then the management said no. They said no. I mean, this is crazy stuff from the management. And Trevor Bayliss, what the heck is he doing? Literally, does he even know how to coach? That's my only concern. Last year also, I did not. His coaching was not good at all. I was not. From a coach, England winning side coach, expecting we expect a lot from him, but
Hmm.
in IPL, nothing has happened till now. We really need to change our management. VVS and this guy Bayless, they need to go out immediately. They're not good for
You
our
know,
team
yeah.
last year, this year.
This incident reminds me of 2009 season of Kolkata Knight Riders. If you see, John Buchanan and Saurav Ganguly. If you remember,
Saurabh.
Baji, you know 13-14 साल पहले की बात है. तो वहां पे ब्रेंडन मैकलम को कप्तान बनाने का, देयर वाज अ थॉट के भी ब्रेंडन मैकलम को कप्तान बना जाए. यू कैन सी द रिफ्ट हैपनिंग. टीम अच्छा नहीं कर पाई एंड अगले सीजन से उनको हटा दिया गया. So you might see, Trevor Dallas will be knocked out from the management, and you might see maybe Tom Moody as well. So there will be a change, I would say, in Hyderabad for sure in next year. Maybe या तो डेविड वार्नर बाहर चल जाएंगे या मैनेजमेंट में से कोई ना कोई बाहर जाएगा.
Yeah, he better
So
move out. He's not suited at all for us at the moment.
yeah. So let's talk about the second innings. Then we'll go to the evening match. So Romit, coming to you, we saw the way obviously the youngster that Sandy Baji was talking about, he bowled really well and 140 clicks and that too consistent line and length and giving only 7 runs or 9 runs in first 2 overs. How impressed were you with Tyagi?
See, this is what India does. India keeps on producing good pacers. Like this is the first time I'm seeing Rajasthan actually troubling the batters of the openers with the pacers. I haven't seen this in the last few matches. Like कोई trouble किया है batters को, but आज मनीष पांडे को जो trouble किया, like the first ball was a brilliant ball. Like he couldn't connect. Only Bairstow was also struggling against him, a young pacer of just 20 years old, and these experienced batters are struggling. So you can know his impact कितना बड़ा बन सकता है. तो आई फील राजस्थान शुड बैक हिम मोर. वो इंजर्ड भी था, तो उसको पहला भी मैच खिलाते एनीवे. बट अब से राजस्थान को जब कार्तिक त्यागी आएगा, आई गेस ही विल बी अ गुड विकेट टेकिंग ऑप्शन फॉर राजस्थान इन द पावर प्ले. ही विल बी बॉलिंग 3 overs और इतना रॉ पेस, इतना बढ़िया पेस. लाइक इन राजस्थान दिस ईयर ही इज द फर्स्ट वन टू सी. लाइक जोफ्रा आर्चर तो था ही लास्ट सीजन, बट इस सीजन लाइक इंजरी की वजह से नहीं आ पाया. बट नाउ ही इज द मेन guy who can strike early for Rajasthan.
But you look at the whole picture, and if Joffrey was fit today, we would probably have one of the best bowling attacks. Bar the spinner spot. The spinner spot is the big problem for us. The pace attack, now we got Sakaria, we got Tyagi, we got, we would have had Archer, and we would have had Morris. And that would have been 4 players with 2 all-rounders, 2 batting all-rounders as well. So, you're not just strengthening your bowling, you're strengthening your batting. But with Fizz also performing well, like Fizz got 3 for 20 odd today. He bowled absolutely brilliantly, and so did Morris. So again, it's having a bowling partnership like with Prithvi Shaw and Shikhar Dhawan. They have the batting partnership. You also need the bowling partnerships. And we've never had the bowling partnerships. Even last year, Joffrey was doing the business right at the end. But on the other end, they were going for 10 to 12 and over in the death. So very, very important. I said we will see Harshal Patel play tomorrow. God himself, Harsha Patel, the greatest bowler in the IPL history with 17 wickets. You cannot get a better bowler than Harsha Patel. So may Harsha Patel bowl well tomorrow. And, maybe KKR will struggle like we struggled today. The SRH batsman struggled against Tyagi. Harsha Patel is so much better than Karthik Tyagi. Koi baat nahi.
Like to add on to that, Paji, like first time I'm in this season, I'm seeing Rajasthan ka like Mustafizur has got his touch back. Like वो जो bowling करता, वो जो slower Yorker से bowled किया, like that was brilliant. So I guess Mustafizur getting his touch back, his form back, Karthik Tyagi coming into the bowling attack. So it might be that bowling wood of Rajasthan, which was considered weak, will now prove everyone wrong. Like it will be a good bowling attack.
There's one
And
thing
you
I
just
saw
need a
today.
good spinner.
Yeah, there's other than the spinner, there's no problem. One thing with Mustafiza you saw today, I don't know if you captured it while watching the game, is when he plays his slower ball, the way he holds the ball and then he puts the disguise in. The batsman can't see which is the slower ball and which is the faster ball. So again, it's a very technical thing in cricket where you can see where the bowler is bowling all the time. But they showed it on the UK TV, and they said this is the difference when you can kind of see where the ball is. But every time he puts the slower ball in, the batsmen are confused. So it's the hand, the wrist, and where the ball is delivered makes a big impact. And I think that is a surprise factor of Mustafiza.
I think the problem with him was earlier when he was playing for Mumbai, he was continuously relying on his slower balls. But now he has changed that. Sometimes he tries to go around 138, 140, and then suddenly he goes to 111. So that's how, he's deceiving the batsman. But Paji, I wanted to ask you, you said Rahul Tewatia's form is not good. And obviously, The stats say that in the 16 overs or maybe 17 overs that he has bowled in this year's IPL, he has only got 1 or 2 wickets, including the 1 wicket which he took today off Johnny Bairstow. So would you drop a batter and then bring, or maybe I would say, would you drop a all-rounder and bring purely a bowler called Mike Markande?
Yes, I have to do it. You have to do it because we've tried Shreyas Gopal. It hasn't worked. We have tried Parag Khan bowl. Either he's going for 8 or 9 and over as well. So therefore, the fifth bowler today, once to what he had got his his overs out the way, then I felt a bit more confident. Even though I was wearing orange, I was getting more confident by the game, by the ball of Tawati. As soon as Tawati was bowling all the balls, I was getting more confident and thinking, something, aaj apna diya raha hai, aaj jitooge, men in pink. But I think Tawati is the problem because when he's pitching the ball, he's pitching the ball on the leg side. So the amount of boundaries that are going on the leg side is too much. And then when he puts it on, when he tries to compensate on the offside, he's going for 4 over there as well. So to be fair, he's struggling with his line. So you cannot have a bowler who can bowl that. And in the middle overs, a lot of the matches they are decided in the middle overs. Because if you're from 12 overs or 8 overs to 12 overs, if the fifth bowler is getting hit, then it's a problem. So realistically, I would like Mike Markandi to come in. Then we have the fifth bowler.
Yeah. Well, we have talked a lot about the afternoon game. Of course, it was a high scoring game, unlike the evening one, which was like a walk in a park for DC. So let's go directly to Tanmay. Tanmay, your thoughts on the game? Obviously, you're happy because you are top of the table. So your thoughts on the game and Delhi's performance?
Yeah, I'm really happy, and I was 99% sure we are winning this when the news of KL Rahul came in that he isn't playing and Mayank is captaining. Because if we see from the Punjab point of view, the captain only scores the runs for them. When it's KL, he scores. When it's Mayank, he scores. And from Delhi, even though Pant isn't performing, but the team is. And that's what matters the most, that the team is performing in the bowling department, in the batting department, a little bit here and there in the field though, but a complete performance overall, and we are at number one, and we are really happy.
Well, Yatharth, you have to talk about the opening partnership, yeah. The way Prithvi Shaw and Dhawan took on the Punjab bowlers, 6 overs, 61 for no loss, and then after that, Paji's favorite and also my recent favorite after he took 3 wickets against us, none other than Harpreet Brad. He took the wicket of his very first ball, and then that Thapi is there to happen. But still, your thoughts on the opening partnership?
Mute दे यार mute आवाज check.
Unmute कर ले.
Reverse
Yeah,
jinxing.
yeah. The 50% of the games we have won, we have won. Openers have set the tone. If you remember the games against Chennai, then Kolkata, and now today. So I think the opening partnership just set the tone of what the team is going to perform. And when Prithvi Shaw and Shikhar Dhawan, just they start unblazingly. Shikhar Dhawan just tries to anchor the inning, and he finds an odd boundary within when he's striking with the strike rate of around 140, and precision on the other end, he just tries to go from the ball number one. He when he what I think is, whenever he see the ball, either he thinks for a boundary or he thinks to block it. So for me, when your openers give you a perfect start, then I think you are almost done. You're 70% done. Now it's just the matter of how your middle order just anchors the run rate. But for me, if you see opening partnership, it's very very important. Last year, what Prithvi Shaw wasn't firing at all, and that was the reason why we depended a lot on Shikhar Dhawan. So when both the openers gave runs and support the team, then I think you are on a good hand as a team.
And
One thing I would just say, we said in the mid-inning show, I think Yatharth was on there as well. We were saying it is this opening Jodi. This opening Jodi is just phenomenal because you have the perfect balance. You have a left righty, you have a quick player, and somebody who can take his time. And that's why I say with Shikhar Dhawan, he can't play for India if you've got KL Rahul. If you have KL Rahul in the team, you cannot play Shikhar Dhawan because they are basically the same player. So you have to choose one of them. But in DC lineup, Shikhar Dhawan is amazing. He's playing exactly the same run. If Shikhar Dhawan is in by the 12th over, they will win 80% of their matches because he's then in form. He has the timing, he has the pitches, and he is unbeatable at that time. So realistically, that is good. But what is going good for Delhi now is Hetmaya. I have slagged him off seriously, and I say now Hetmaya is hitting the ball. Hetmaya is hitting the ball. And he's and again, if you look at the match before, it is Miller. They put Hetmaya up. They learned from the previous mistakes. Soon as they lost the wicket, they brought Hetmyer on. They didn't play Stoinis. But Delhi have to do one thing. They have to drop Stoinis and play Chris Wokes. And then I think they were a complete team.
I think dropping Marcus Stoinis is the most foolish thing you can do because if you drop Marcus Stoinis, you really just lose your team balance because yes, Chris Wokes can tonk a few balls, but he is not a sure shot that he will perform in every match with the bat. He will surely perform with the ball, but Marcus Stoinis, he is a floater. He can bat at 3, bat at 4. He can finish the games, and for him he can tonk sixes for ease. We remember in 2020 he was the one of the most all-rounder which was preferred. Sometimes when Prithvi Shaw wasn't firing, we promoted him up. When I remember a game against Hyderabad when we lost a couple of early wickets in the power play. Marcus Stoinis was promoted at 3. For me, if you drop someone like Marcus Stoinis, you are doing absolutely wrong because he brings an X factor to the side. He can give you in all the 3 department he plays. He can just anchor the innings, finish, and also if you are not getting wickets, he is a man with a golden arm. He can buy you some wickets.
No, Belko, no. But you look at him on this form. I understand where you're coming from. I watched him so much in
is a
Melbourne
big
Stars.
fan
I
of
watched him for
Marcus Stoinis.
Australia. He's not timing the ball well. So he's eating a lot of the balls up. And you think about it, he's giving away more runs than he's scoring. So if you put him as a batting all rounder, he has to score more runs than he concedes in the bowling. So if Delhi come under pressure, and this is when you will find out if they come under pressure, you cannot trust him, especially if you have Hetmaya and Rishabh Pant. So you got 3 hitters in the team already. So I think that's the problem. That's the problem they will have because I think Stoinis is the weak link in the team because he's not timing the ball well. He's going for a lot of runs. So soon as he starts bowling, my sister-in-law, my niece are going, what's he going to do? What's he going to do? So you get that feeling with him. But I trust your judgment. You watch him more than I do. But for me, Chris Wokes definitely comes in.
I would like to say something
I
as Yatharth
kind of
mentioned.
agree. matlab,
Let Tanish say, yaar. He's been silent all along.
I was saying that, like Yatharth mentioned, that Marcus Stoinis gives us a complete performance like we saw in the previous year. Like if we had Chris Wokes in the playing 11, he might bowl according to the marks, but we need a finisher. In case Rishabh Pant, Shikhar Dhawan, and Hetmyer don't perform well, then we need a finisher. So Marcus Stoinis can fill this slot for the finisher role. Like Chris Wokes won't be able to perform that much. So I think having a great finisher as a choice, Marcus Stoinis is the best choice other than Chris Wokes.
Okay,
Yes,
guys.
I think
what's
we
your
are
guys'
talking.
score this season?
one more thing which
What's
I
your
would
guys'
like
score
to
this
add
season?
is that
That's all.
Paji, we are talking about Marcus Stoinis, but the thing is that he has not been given that opportunity to perform. If you look all the matches, Marcus Stoinis haven't gone even number of balls just finished. So for when we were criticizing Shimron Hetmyer, even he wasn't given enough number of balls to prove himself is worthy. So for me, it's very much early to say that Marcus Stoinis is a weak point. I
He
think
has
time will tell us.
Paji has a
I think
But
slightly.
I just want to add one point.
Bolo.
Yeah, I mean, we are talking about Stoinis, Vokes, and all that stuff, but we are, forgetting the unsung hero. That is Akshar Patel for me. जब से वो
I
टीम में
will.
आया, you can see the solidity. You can see the solidity जो कि मिडिल ओवर्स में देखने को मिल रही है. जिस तरीके से कंटेन करते हैं, जिस तरीके से विकेट्स ले रहे हैं, आज का भी आप स्पेल देखो. आज बहुत से ऐसे प्लेयर्स होते हैं, लक्ष्मीपति बालाजी, फॉर केकेआर, अर्ली 2010s की अगर हम बात करें. सो
First of all,
अक्षर पटेल से बात होती नहीं है इतनी, बट आई जस्ट वांट टू ऐड दिस थिंग क्योंकि जितने ही शॉ इंपॉर्टेंट है, धवन इंपॉर्टेंट है, उतना ही आई गेस अक्षर पटेल भी दिल्ली के लिए इंपॉर्टेंट है, जो कि एक प्रूवन आउटकम के तौर पे उभर के आ रहे हैं इस साल दिल्ली के लिए.
and I think Akshar
But
Patel is
they got
what I would like.
one good thing. They got one good thing. If they win the next match, they can then experiment. and then you will see the difference. I guarantee you. You
Yeah,
know,
yeah,
Sam Billings. We say Sam Billings or Hetmeyer. It's a close call. I can't argue with Hetmeyer. You got to keep Hetmeyer in the team. But
And
no
I,
changes to be given a chance. Amongst to be given a chance.
And I also feel that
I
Amit
kind of,
Mishra
I
has
kind
to
of
be in the
agree with
squad. Amit Mishra has to be in the place of Lalit Yadav. I guess Siddharth was also mentioning this in Bharat Army show in the morning. That's why I feel because 155 wicket हैं उस बंदे के. You want him at any day in your side. तो शायद सरफेस को लेके थोड़ा बहुत रिकी
yes.
पॉन्टिंग डिसीजन ले रहे हैं बट अमित मिश्रा का खेलना जरूर बनता है दिल्ली के
I
लिए.
I think why Lalit Yadav is playing in place of someone like Amit Mishra, because seeing the number of left-handers in the other side. Last time around, I don't think that Amit Mishra was someone like injured. Seeing Owen Morgan, someone like Nitish Rana, Sunil Ryan, seeing number of left-handers, I think that was the reason why Lalit Yadav was included. I don't think that was a niggle. That was a tactical move with Delhi made.
And also,
I,
Paji, since you were
I kind of
mentioning,
agree with the mid
yeah, Tanvi,
मतलब
please.
मिडिल ऑर्डर प्रॉब्लम अगर अगर अभी तक ऐसा कुछ हुआ नहीं है बट हमने देखा था पिछले सीजन भी आफ्टर द फर्स्ट हाफ वाज कंप्लीटेड जब मिडिल ऑर्डर प्रॉब्लम आई थी तो बहुत प्रॉब्लम हुई थी दिल्ली को तो आई काइंड ऑफ एग्री बट मार्कस टॉयनिस को नहीं हटाना चाहूंगा मेरे हिसाब से एंड्रिक नोकिया बनता है टीम में क्योंकि वी हैव सीन फ्रॉम द पास्ट 2-3 मैचेस डेथ में बहुत रन्स कंसीडर्ड हो रहे हैं 2-3 ओवर जो आखिरी के हो रहे हैं रबाडा हो आवेश खान हो no one is doing good. So I would prefer Andrick Nokia in place of Smith और Smith इस टाइम ऐसा कुछ ज्यादा कुछ नहीं कर रहे हैं तो मेरे हिसाब से तो Andrick Nokia Smith की जगह और कोई भी इंडियन बॉलर की जगह you can take Rahane in.
I think the only weak link that right now I can see in the Delhi Capitals team is an anchor batsman. I would say Steve Smith is there, but still he cannot win the games, and we have seen with RR, and that's where they are gonna struggle once their opening stand is not good enough. We have seen it against RCB. वहां पे भी opening stand इतना अच्छा नहीं था, and that's where they went on to lose the match. So maybe वहां पे थोड़ा ऊपर नीचे हो सकता है जैसे everyone said you can bring in maybe Chris Wokes according to the situation or you can bring in an extra bowler to cut down the runs or yeah as Sunny is saying he would prefer Billings in place of Smith. Yeah, that can happen actually. That can happen. But Pati, there is a pattern.
Also one thing. Yeah. Go ahead.
Yeah, I was telling there is a pattern with the openers of Delhi Capitals that Prithvi Shaw will go hard in the first six, and that's why his strike rate is around 185 in the first 6 overs. And at that time, Shikhar Dhawan's strike rate is around 120. And afterwards, from 7 to 15 overs, Prithvi Shaw का strike rate is around 140 है ना, and Dhawan का strike rate is around 155. So they have a strategy from the yeah.
I know the reason ਕਿ ਉਹ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਕਾਫ ਸਿਰਪ ਨਹੀਂ ਪਲਾਤਾ ਉਹਦਾ ਪਹਿਲਾਂ ਉਹਦੀ ਅਸਰ 7 ਓਵਰਸ ਖਤਮ ਹੋ ਜਾਂਦੀ ਹੈ ਨਾ ਅੱਜ ਦਾ ਬੰਦਾ ਵਾਇਆਗਰ ਖਾਂਦਾ ਨਾ ਵਾਇਆਗਰ ਤੋਂ ਬਾਅਦ ਛੇਤੀ ਕੰਮ ਹੋ ਜਾਂਦਾ it happens we know the system, we know how the system is. The cough syrup is very similar to that. He'll have the cough syrup and then once the cough syrup is gone off फिर कोई गा नहीं शिकरेगा.
I will go to Varun now. He has been silent, but it's okay, Varun.
I would agree कि ये strategy
Yeah, even I would like to say something
ये
to
एक
Varun,
second
like,
last point I would say
Go on, Tanvi.
the last point I would say कि अभी तक बहुत पॉजिटिव बात करी है कि everything is going good and everything is right, but I would like to mention here कि अगर हम हल्का सा क्रिटिसिज्म पे जाएं तो ऋषभ पंत अप टू द मार्क नहीं खेला है अभी तक, मे बी कैप्टेंसी प्रेशर या कुछ भी, and all our foreign players haven't been up to the mark except the last 1 or 2 game where Hetmeyer and Rabada have come back in form. But अभी तक ना I would say foreigners ना ऋषभ पंत कोई भी 100% फॉर्म में नहीं है, और अगर किसी दिन बाई चांस हमारा मिडिल ऑर्डर एक्सपोज हो जाता है तो ऋषभ पंत को रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी लेनी पड़ेगी, और अगर स्टीव स्मिथ खेल रहे तो उनको भी लेनी पड़ेगी क्योंकि अभी तक सब कुछ अच्छा चल रहा है धवन और शो के भरोसे आई वुड से, क्योंकि जब तक वो स्टार्ट अच्छा देते हैं दिल्ली जीतती है. एक मैच में स्टार्ट अच्छा नहीं हुआ तो वी कुड नॉट फिनिश इट.
I think last
और ये
season
भी
में
चीज है, ये भी चीज है गेस कि आ, ये हमने बीते कुछ सालों में देखा भी है कि जब आपके टॉप तीन चलते हैं, टॉप दो तीन अगर चलते हैं, तो मिडिल ऑर्डर जो है उसको मौका नहीं मिलता है। दिल्ली के साथ शायद यही हो रहा है कि जो मौके ऋषभ पंत को मिले हैं, शायद एक मैच हमको याद आएगा आरसीबी वाला, जहां 50 बॉल वो खेल गए थे। आई गेस वो भी एक थोड़ा बहुत आप ये कह सकते हो कि एक मैटर ऑफ डिबेट है, बट शायद पहले के जो प्लेयर्स हैं, दो तीन खिलाड़ी, वही सारा खेल खत्म कर रहे हैं, जिस जिस वजह से मिडिल ऑर्डर को मौका नहीं मिल रहा है। तो कल को प्लेऑफ्स में अगर मान लो दोनों प्लेयर्स आउट हो जाते हैं, शॉ एंड धवन, तब एक्सपोज होने के चांसेस बढ़ जाएंगे दिल्ली के, जो कि इंडिया के साथ भी हुआ है, इन दी 2019 वर्ल्ड कप
हाँ
सेमीफाइनल। इफ यू
World Cup.
सी, रोहित शर्मा बहुत फोड़ रहे थे, पूरा तोड़फोड़ मचा रखी थी उन्होंने वर्ल्ड कप में। विराट कोहली का चलो ठीक ठाक था, बट कहीं ना कहीं आप देखो इंडिया के साथ भी हो, तो बस यही है कि दिल्ली के साथ ये ना हो, ये दिल्ली फैंस जरूर उम्मीद करेंगे मेरे हिसाब से।
मैं
Yeah, we need
एक्चुअली
someone to play anchor innings.
प्लीज तानिश कुछ कह रहे थे आप?
Yeah, I was just saying like we need someone to play anchor innings. Like Steven Smith doesn't perform really well in the past two matches, so we need someone like who can form up to the mark against whichever team, whether it's any other team. But we need someone to play anchor innings. Like Steven Smith is not performing well consistently from the past 4 or 3 matches.
And Paji, I wanted to talk about the way the Punjab Kings bowled. I have two to three blunders which I saw. The first one is not going with Gale as an opener, and why I say so is, if that's what I feel, sitting here. But still, I have a point. If you all may agree, if Gale is opening, then Delhi might bowl Rabada up front, which actually allows Gale to have that breather there. तो वहां पे जो रबाड़ा ने अभी फोर्थ फिफ्थ ओवर में किया है, बिकॉज एनी हाउ जो आपका ओपनर है, क्या नाम है उसका, सिमरन, हाँ, not been able to score well. So वहां पर the openers are under tremendous pressure. उसके बाद में गेल आते हैं, फिर आपके पास रबाड़ा है खेलने को, तो एटलीस्ट जब गेल ओपनिंग कर रहा है तब वहां पर रबाड़ा के 1 से 2 ओवर जो है ना वो कंप्लीट हो जाते हैं। तो वो
Sanjay, I've just done the same question there. I said this in the preview show for the Punjab game. I said he's the biggest fool to play from Simran up top. Don't play him there. Play him at 5 or 6. If you need a wicket keeper, need him as a wicket keeper, play him there. Do not play him up the top. He cost them games. And today we see the same thing. Mayank was scoring very low at the start. They should have had Gale. Put Gale in straight away, and then the new ball, see the power play over, and then that's fine. Because Gale doesn't like running through the wickets. Yeah? He doesn't like taking the sharp singles. So why play him at 3 or 4 when he doesn't like to do that? So they could have even played Milan at the top, but Milan is still quite slow at the start as well. So I can understand that. But to play Prab Simran up the top, it makes no sense to me. It makes no sense. It was a blunder. The bowling side, Meredith was trying to bowl 140 to 150 clicks. It doesn't work in India. You got to have the surprise element. Soon as the ball is bouncing at a certain height, the batsmen know where it is. They set themselves first out of the park. So realistically, Meredith cost them the game with the bowling. But what Delhi did well today is they attacked Ravi Bishnoi. Bishnoi was not as effective as he normally is. And where you see Harpreet Brar, they couldn't play him. So they should have probably played Harpreet Brar an over in the power play, and then it would have been fine.
I think, Varun, if you see, I saw Mayank had a plan, and a plan was given to him by his coach. I am assuming that Ravi Bishnoi has to bowl 4 overs. I think that's where the captain has to be instinctive, that agar Ravi Bishnoi is going for around 14 runs per over, you have someone like Harpreet Brar who has only bowled 3 overs and has gone for 19 runs for 1 wicket. They should have bowled him there instead of Ravi Bishnoi, because I am saying Ravi Bishnoi के पास में यार वो skill नहीं था आज. He was completely lost and he was only bowling googlies. I saw 90% of his balls were googly, and that's where Shikhar Dhawan was trying to play that slog sweep, and that actually went really well for him. So Varun, you think Punjab maybe missed the trick there?
It was just like Sunrisers Hyderabad, making a Rashid ball. before the 12 overs, they did not use him properly, Ravi Bishnoi. So it's the same problem with Sunrisers and Punjab Kings. They did not use the bowler properly. If they did, they could have restricted Delhi, made the game a little bit tougher. But yeah, it's just the same problem. You need to allot them to their perfect areas where they can bowl. Harpreet Brar, I agree. He should bowl 1 over in the power play. He can give you some wickets. He's performing outstanding. Who would have ever expected a player, like that? He's just a surprise element. So yeah.
So on also on what Sunny is saying, absolutely agreed, Sunny. But I think if Gale comes opening now, he doesn't have to play those attacking shots because Gale needs a breather of around 10 to 15 balls, or I would say at least 10 balls up front. So once he has taken those 10 balls, it's already 2 to 3 overs. Then he has already watched the ball, he knows the pace of the pitch, and then he can go hard. But वहां पे already the score after 4 to 5 overs was so low that he had to go from the very first to second ball. इसीलिए he might have misjudged the pace of Rabada. Yatharth, you had something to say?
Yeah, I had to say, about Sunrise Hyderabad giving Rashid Khan the over. I think it was a bold decision for me. It was a top class decision. Giving Rashid Khan because he is the wicket taker. He is the X factor for your side. So giving Rashid Khan your 4 overs up front, I think they were just trying to be over aggressive. Taking a handful of 3 4 wickets because last time what they see, they kept Rashid Khan for the overs. After 13 overs, and then also he's capped with 3 wickets. So for me, it was a pretty much bold decision, and I was really convinced he didn't prove to be worthy, but I think decision like this would be worthy. For so I think they were trying something out of the box which eventually didn't work out today.
I think Nitarth has a good point there. I also thought like Varun first. Why are they bowling Rashid Khan out? But they had to take the wicket of Butler and Samson because they knew if they had taken those 2 wickets, then basically the middle order would have been exposed of Rajasthan Royals, and then you would have seen from a 180 score which they should have got today, they probably would have ended up scoring 145, and that score, even without Warner playing, Sunrisers would have chased down. So I don't really criticize that decision. I criticize the decision of Punjab. One, playing Prabh Simran at the top. I know Gale got out early, but he wouldn't have played that shot had he been from the start. And secondly,
Yeah,
not bowling Harpreet there. But Uday
totally.
Shami is proving expensive as well. And where is Arshdeep? We need Arshdeep. We need Arshdeep back in the team because Arshdeep should be playing. If Arshdeep was playing today, you could have probably taken 10, 15 runs off the Delhi target, and that would have basically been Punjab would have been in the game. So a lot of blunders have been made by Anil Kumble as well. So you definitely keep Arshdeep in the team. I'm happy with Chris Jordan. Chris Jordan's a good player, so I'd keep Chris Jordan there. Ravi Bishnoi and Meredith or Richardson, either or. You can choose either or. They're about the same. But Moses Onike is a horrible player. Can't play. I don't know why they're playing him.
Sir, I had a point like you mentioned that Arshdeep needs a chance in the playing 11, but might be the team management thinks that Harpreet Brar performed really well against the match against RCB as he Harpreet Brar dismissed Virat Kohli, AB de Villiers, and Glenn Maxwell. So they might be thinking that they should give at least chances to Harpreet
No, Harpreet stays in the
Brar
team.
or Arshdeep
You,
for the
you,
next
you
few
can get rid
matches.
of Shabazz. You can get rid of Shah Rukh Khan. You could get rid of him. Or you could get rid of Deepak Hooda because Deepak Hooda's he's performed now. He's not going to perform again. Yeah. And his bowling is pretty average. So you've got Harpreet Brar sitting there. So even what you could do, the problem is they haven't got the wicket keeper now. So and they did the brave move today to drop Pooran, which they finally did. I can't believe they made that decision. It was 5 games too late. 5 games too late for them. So Punjab are making a lot of blunders. I haven't seen Priti Zinta. I haven't seen all that. I haven't seen her around. Where is she gone? Where is she gone? She's probably
She
sitting
was
in
there
England
in
with
the
her
match
husband
against us.
because
She
obviously
was
it's
there
more
in the match
here.
against us, but again she was lost today.
Yeah,
Maybe she
which
knows Rahul is not there, so it's better not to be there at the stadium.
yeah. And the other thing was I didn't see Kavya Maran. Varun was Kavya Maran today. I didn't see any. I didn't see her on the in the ground.
It doesn't matter when she's in or not. We're anyway losing matches. She must have gotten the thought, these guys, won't win this match also. I lost hope. That's it.
But I love her emotion. I love her emotion when they lose as
I'll give
well.
you her phone number
Uh,
if you want.
but yeah, yeah.
just want to add one thing. Just want to add one thing that पंजाब में हमने ये चीज देखी है कि पंजाबी खिलाड़ी नहीं खेलते बाजी. नो आज दो खिलाड़ी आपको देखने को मिले. आपके पास मनदीप सिंह है, दीपक हुड्डा की आपने बात करी, उनकी एक परफॉर्मेंस चली पहले मैच में, 60 रन उन्होंने कुछ बनाए, ठीक है. उसके बाद से 6 मैचेस हो चुके हैं. आपने इससे पहले अर्शदीप को एक मैच में वो नहीं चले, उनको बाहर कर दिया,
Yeah.
ठीक है. तो दीपक हुड्डा पे डिसीजन क्यों नहीं लिया जा रहा है? मनदीप सिंह वहां मौजूद है, प्रभ सिमरन को मौका दे दिया. ये मुझे समझ नहीं आ रहा है कि क्या चल रहा है थिंक टैंक में. हैदराबाद की बात कर ली, पंजाब की भी बात करनी जरूरी है, क्योंकि क्योंकि बहुत सी कंट्रोवर्सी 2017 में इंडियन टीम में भी हुई थी जब अनिल कुंबले टीम में कोच थे. तब एक रिफ्ट सामने आई थी विराट कोहली और अनिल कुंबले की. उस समय शायद सब लोगों ने बोला था कि काफी लोगों ने कल्प्रिट घोषित कर दिया था विराट कोहली को. बट when I'm seeing the management of Kings in Punjab, you can sense it that Anil Kumble is also making some blunders when it comes to the Punjab Kings management or the think tank. उन्होंने मेजोरिटी आप पिछले साल देखो, सारे जो प्लेयर्स थे वो मेजरली बैंगलोर कर्नाटका के खेले फॉर पंजाब. मैं कोई इसमें पार्शलिटी वाली बात नहीं कर रहा हूँ, बट जब आपके पास मनदीप सिंह है, आपके पास अर्शदीप है, आपके पास हरदीप बरार है, जो कि 6 मैचेस बाद आप उसको खिला रहे हो, ठीक है. उसके बाद उसने अपनी वर्थ प्रूव कर दी है. अर्शदीप जिसने डेथ ओवर्स में अच्छी बॉलिंग करी थी, आपको मैच जिता के दिया उसने राजस्थान रॉयल्स के खिलाफ, आपने उसको बाहर कर दिया. तो ये लैक ऑफ ट्रस्ट जो है, इसके ऊपर कहीं ना कहीं पंजाब के ओनर्स को आना पड़ेगा अब कहीं ना कहीं, क्योंकि फ्रेंचाइजी के जो मैनेजमेंट के लोग हैं उनसे वो काम हो नहीं रहा है मेरे हिसाब से. तो अब कहीं ना कहीं प्रीति जिंटा कूदे मैदान में तो ही बात बन पाएगी. अदरवाइज जैसे हैदराबाद का हाल हुआ, हमने देख दिया, वार्नर को सैक कर दिया, बाहर कर दिया, तोते उड़ गए पूरी टीम के. तो दैट्स व्हाई आई फील कि अब पंजाब के साथ ऐसा ना हो, तो उसकी फ्रेंचाइजी को नए स्वाडियां होता है उनको वापिस से बुलाओ, जो मर्जी है, नहीं तो प्रीति जिंटा को फाइनली मैदान में उतरना पड़ेगा, तब जाके चीज सॉर्ट होगी. आई गेस सक्षम तुमने एक पॉइंट बोला भी था थोड़े दिन पहले कि यू हैव सम क्या कहते हैं रिलेशन और मे बी तुम्हारे जानकार हैं पंजाब के उस थिंक टैंक में. यू वर सेइंग कि पंजाब की जो फ्रेंचाइजी है वो बहुत जल्दी चॉपमेंट चेंज करती है चीजों को लेके. तो उसके बारे में थोड़ा बताओ, थोड़ा बहुत.
वो बिल्कुल अभी जैसे सनी ने बताया था ना दैट दे हैड अ रिफ विद सहवाग, सो दैट्स वेरी एप्ट पॉइंट. विद Punjab, what happens is they need a player like what Virat Kohli is doing for RCB, brand value. They really don't want to win the title. Preeti Zinta का एक ही वो है, she wants a brand image for her team, and that's why she got KL Rahul. और अब वो KL Rahul कैप्टन तो है, but the decisions completely जो है ना वो बैक एंड से ही लिए जाते हैं. और अगर आप उसमें देखो तो वहां पे ऑक्शंस में भी हो रहा है. That's truly how Preeti Zinta knows कि I want शाहरुख खान, I want this player. तो मेरे को ऐसा लगता है कि पंजाब को टाइटल जीतने का मन है. पंजाब आती है, पैसे उड़ाती है उस पे ऑक्शन टेबल पे, ठीक है, नाम करती है, और मुझे लगता है प्रीति जिंटा को वो ना प्राइस टैग उठाने वाला बहुत सही लगता है. सो मे बी शी लाइक्स दैट, तो इसीलिए वो सब करती है. पाजी कुछ कह रहे थे?
Now, say I say you can't understand because you look at the team today. Okay, Shah Rukh Khan, yeah, this player I've never heard of him or seen him. Which other franchise would he go to? Nobody in first team. He plays for the first team for thinking, brand potentially making him a brand name. They've used that model. Secondly, you have Mandeep Singh, a quality player. Father figure in the team. You see how he is with Arshdeep and Chris Gale in the social media. Very good guy. They bond with him. Having him on the field is a big plus for Punjab. And then to drop Arshdeep, who's been for me is nearly Indian standard. He could be the branded player in 1 season, 2 seasons. That will actually end up playing for India. So we now got Karthik Tyagi for us, who we think can play for India in the next couple of years. Harpreet Brar is just as good. You look at it statistically, Harpreet Brar has better figures than Karthik Tyagi. They're different levels. And that's what I'm trying to say. There's no strategy. There's nothing. Like we saw Trey with Prabh Simran, they played him, but it was a useful decision. He should be coming at 3 or 4. If Shah Rukh or Deepak Hooda opened, it could have been a different story. But they're making a lot of blunders, and I agree with you. Kumble could be part of those blunders, and I was
Yeah.
a fan of Kumble, but now I'm thinking maybe not,
And,
maybe not,
and
maybe.
I just want to add one thing here is that you see Avesh Khan for Delhi Capitals. We were comparing Avesh Khan and Arshdeep. When the season started, we were somehow very हम चाहते थे कि ये दोनों players जल्द से जल्द इंडिया खेलें. In the near upcoming times अगर वो ऐसे परफॉर्म करते रहे. अवेश खान को बना रही है दिल्ली कैपिटल्स उनका मैनेजमेंट बैक करके. अर्शदीप को शायद खत्म कर सकती है पंजाब की टीम उनको ना बैक करके. वी हैव सीन विद लॉट ऑफ प्लेयर्स इन इंडियन क्रिकेट. सो दैट्स वेयर आई फील के थिंक टैंक का जो बैक करने की चीज होती है. यू कैन सी विद धोनी गायकवाड़ को बैक करते हैं. मुंबई की बात करें तो डीको को उन्होंने बैक किया, उसने परफॉर्म किया. पंजाब के साथ साथ वही वाली बात है ना कि जो पिछले कुछ समय से चलते आ रहा है वो उसी को सुधारना नहीं चाह रहे हैं. और यही चीज जो तीन चार टीमों के साथ हमको देखने को मिल ही रही है. पंजाब हो गई, राजस्थान हो गई, आज अच्छा परफॉर्म किया. बट जैसे मैंने पहले भी कहा था कि वी कैन नॉट इग्नोर दी वीकनेसेस दैट वी हैव इन दी टीम जस्ट बिकॉज ऑफ दी वन विन दैट वी वांट टुडे. सो उन वीकनेस पे वर्क करना जरूरी है. अदरवाइज केकेआर, पंजाब एंड राजस्थान ये पिछले 4-5 साल से ऐसी परफॉर्म कर रही है जो कि एक एक वक्त के बाद इंटरेस्ट खत्म हो जाता है. वी वांट एक्साइटिंग कॉन्टेस्ट की पता तो लगे कि आखिरी दिन तक पता रहना चाहिए कि भाई चौथी टीम या तीसरी टीम कौन सी है जो कि क्वालिफाई करेगी. आज सबको पता है कि 4 टीमें कौन होंगी, आरसीबी, दिल्ली, मुंबई, चेन्नई. ये नहीं होना चाहिए. उसी के लिए मेरे को ऐसा लगता है कि मैनेजमेंट को ऊपर आना पड़ेगा बाकी टीम्स को. नहीं तो फिर एक पहले प्रेडिक्शन आ जाएगा ड्रीम 11 की तरह कि भैया आप 4 टीम बनाइए जो कि प्लेऑफ्स खेलेंगी. पहले अब प्लेयर्स की टीमें बनती है, प्लेऑफ्स के लिए भी टीमें बनने लग जाएंगी. आप टॉप 4 टीमें बता दीजिए. ये वक्त आ जाएगा अगर ऐसे ही चलता रहा.
अच्छा, एक पॉइंट में ऐड करें तो बिकॉज टाइम सनी सेड it's to wrap it up. I wanted to wanted everyone to know this that हम विराट कोहली की बात कर रहे थे कि अनिल कुंबले वाला. इनफैक्ट उसमें मैं एक पॉइंट ऐड करना चाहूंगा. अनुज, तुम जानते होंगे विक्रांत पाजी को फ्रॉम अपना,
हाँ जी,
है ना. तो विक्रांत पाजी he said it that it was not only Virat Kohli but the senior pros of the team. मतलब I am expecting Rohit Sharma, Virat Kohli and MS. So वहाँ पे
अजिंक्य रहाणे as well.
हाँ, अजिंक्य रहाणे was also there with the team. So I think वो जो तब उन्होंने जो लिया था स्टेप ना, वो चाहे तब हार्श था बट आज हमें मतलब the way things are going with the the Kings 11 or maybe the Punjab Kings, it's clearly evident that the step taken then was really good. We have talked a lot about what's has happened today. Let's move on to tomorrow. I know not many people would want RCB to win. Still, I want.
God, I want RCB to win. I want RCB to win. RCB जीतूगी,
I
tournament
want
जीतूगी.
Reverse
I
jinxing.
want serious thoughts from you on KKR versus RCB game, because if RCB loses, then it's going to be an exciting for the points table, because RR would be in the game. RR is obviously in the game with MI, so they are fighting for the 4th position. Then also RCB would be little bit moving down the table because of the fact once they start losing, it goes on on trot, and we saw this in the last season. So I want your thoughts on it. How the game you're seeing tomorrow?
As I said, I hope RCB win, because if RCB win tomorrow, KKR will be back home. So, but if RCB lose again, I'll be happy, because then the choking might start. They think they're the champions. We'll let them think they're the champions. All the fans are dancing and they eating their maestro doses. I'm happy for them. Khush raho, aram se. The cup is yours. The cup is yours. You can have the cup. We've got it once. We're not greedy at Rajasthan Royals. We won the cup once. Give another royal franchise a chance to win it. So I'll stop it there and say it doesn't matter to me if they win or lose. I don't care. But either way, I'm a winner tomorrow. Yeah, Tarat?
Yeah, I want KKR to win because if RCB loses, there would be a spot clear. For me, top 3 are really clear, top 4 are even clear. But if RCB loses tomorrow, their losing momentum just keeps on going. What happened in the last year? I won't say they're choking, but I think they need to get a couple of things right. But I want KKR to win because it creates a point table more. We get more excited for upcoming matches. I am going for Rasgulla tomorrow.
Varun, your thoughts? Obviously, KKR.
Yeah, I'll go with RCB. To be honest, I don't like either of these teams, first of all. But I'll still go with RCB because of the extreme batting lineup they have with Glenn Maxwell, Virat Kohli, ABD. Even though they failed last match, it's all because of Brar. He's just incredible. He even Delhi Capitals players could not play him, so it was not like a batsman problem. So uh, they will still be smashing all around the park. But the only change I want is ABD should come at 1 or 2. Padidar should be at 3, sorry, 4 or 5, and then ABD or Maxwell should come, so they can strengthen the innings. So yeah, and the bowling is also looking strong. Looks like Chahal is coming back into form. I'm surprised. And Jamieson also, as always, he's performing well. So I'm gonna go with RCB.
Anuj, your thoughts? Because right now, if I exclude myself, the points here is maybe 2-1. So, which side are you going? Is it
Hmm.
KKR or RCB? And you can answer this
यार मैं
question. Sunny ने जो डाला है, KKR have to get Tim Seifert or Lockie Ferguson in the 11
मैं
place
बिल्कुल
of.
दोनों पे मैं आरसीबी का भी एक पॉइंट मैं मेंशन करना चाहता हूँ यहाँ पे, केकेआर की भी बात करता हूँ। आरसीबी के साथ एक ये चीज रही है कि अच्छा स्टार्ट किया उन्होंने, लेकिन एक वल्नरेबिलिटी साथ लेके चल रहे थे, जो कि था तीसरा स्पॉट। आपने पाटीदार ट्राई कर लिया, सुंदर ट्राई कर लिया, शाहबाज अहमद ट्राई कर लिया, कल आप मोहम्मद अजरुद्दीन भी ट्राई कर लोगे। ठीक है, अगर वो 2 मैच में नहीं चले, फिर आप उनको बाहर कर दोगे, फिर आप पाटीदार को ले आओगे, पाटीदार फेल हो जाएंगे। तो ये क्या हो रहा है? मतलब आप एक विनिंग स्ट्रीक के साथ साथ एक वीकनेस साथ लेके चल रहे हो। ठीक है, तो ये पहले तो ये चीज सॉर्ट करके चलनी पड़ेगी आरसीबी को, अगर उनको टूर्नामेंट जीतना है। क्योंकि एक भी वल्नरेबिलिटी अगर आपके पास है, जैसे स्टीव स्मिथ की बात करी थी हमने कि वो एक पेस के साथ नहीं खेल रहे हैं, तो हर एक टीम के साथ थोड़ी थोड़ी वल्नरेबिलिटी है, लेकिन उनकी शायद इतनी बड़ी सरदर्दी नहीं है जितनी कि आरसीबी की है, क्योंकि आरसीबी ब्लंडर्स कर रहा है। वो शाहबाज अहमद को खिला रहा है, जो कि डोमेस्टिक क्रिकेट में उन्होंने कभी शतक मार दिए होंगे, क्विक फायर 50-60 कर दिए होंगे। आप इंटरनेशनल क्रिकेट में, आप आईपीएल जैसे फॉर्मेट में ऐसा नहीं कर सकते। ठीक है, दूसरी बात केकेआर पे जब मैं बात करता हूं, केकेआर अपनी गलतियों से सीखता ही नहीं है। पिछले साल एक अच्छा खासा सुपर ओवर लॉकी फर्गुसन ने जिता के दिया अगेंस्ट सनराइजर्स हैदराबाद। ठीक है, उसके बाद उनको बैक करने की बजाय बाहर बिठा दिया। मेरे को पल्ले नहीं पड़ती है उनकी, क्या उनके दिमाग में चल रहा है क्या नहीं चल रहा है। किताबें लेके वो बैठ जाते हैं। ठीक है, डेविड हसी हो गए, काइल मिल्स हो गए, ब्रेंडन मैकैलम हो गए। मतलब आप थोड़ा प्रैक्टिकल अगर वो वर्क कर लें तो शायद मे बी केकेआर के लिए कुछ पॉजिटिव साबित हो जाए। शुभमन गिल का चलना बहुत जरूरी है, राहुल त्रिपाठी का चलना बहुत जरूरी है, थोड़े हार्श कॉल्स उनको भी लेने पड़ेंगे। आई मीन केकेआर के लिए टीम बुरी नहीं है, केकेआर की सी प्लेयर्स क्लिक कर जाए तो ये टीम किसी भी दिन किसी को भी मात दे सकती है। ठीक है, सो
मुझे
दोनों टीम से
बिल्कुल बिल्कुल। कल मुझे ऐसा लग रहा है माइट बी लॉकी या फिर टिम आ जाए इन प्लेस ऑफ नारायण, बट आई एम नॉट श्योर इन प्लेस ऑफ मॉर्गन।
कुछ नहीं चाहिए,
या नारायण की जगह लॉकी फर्गुसन को खिलाओ।
ठीक हो गए, but the batting is the difference. RCB's batting is so much stronger than KKR's, and if Morgan doesn't perform tomorrow, then maybe they will, as soon as they lose tomorrow, I think
डू यू थिंक पाजी के जो वार्नर के साथ हुआ मॉर्गन के साथ हो सकता है, दैट मे बी उनको बाहर बिठा दिया जाए फॉर द रिमेंडर ऑफ द सीजन तो नहीं।
I think McCullum will be sacked as the head coach as well. So maybe Bailey's comes to KKR and McCullum goes to Sunrisers.
Sunny ने जो है Russell versus RCB. Sunny, please don't remind us this because we already have a lot of this in the 2018-2019. Hopefully 2020 से रसल ने वैसा नहीं खेला है हमारे अगेंस्ट जैसा वो खेलते आए हैं. So hopefully that doesn't happen. So अनुज क्या लगता है, मतलब अपना वो तो बताओ, which team you are expecting?
यार मैं देखो, मेरी जो है ना, मैं भी थोड़ा बहुत जैसे कि वरुण ऑल्सो सेड के आई मीन ये दोनों टीम को नहीं चाहते इतना कि भाई जीते या हारे. मेरा भी कुछ मतलब, मैं ऑब्वियसली आरसीबी का सपोर्टर भी हूँ, केकेआर भी एक जमाने में बड़ी पसंद थी मुझे टीम, बट पता नहीं यार थोड़ा बहुत ग्लिच होता है ना दोनों टीम में, तो मतलब थोड़ा डिसाइड करना, प्रेडिक्ट करना डिफिकल्ट हो जाता है. बट स्टिल आई बिलीव के केकेआर अगर कल जीतती है तो थोड़ा बहुत थोड़ा इवनली पॉइज्ड हो जाएगी चीजें, है ना. मतलब आरसीबी जीतते तो बहुत अच्छा ही है, डोसा वोसा बहुत बढ़िया रहेगा, पर गर्मी का टाइम में मैं थोड़ा रसगुल्ला ज्यादा प्रेफर करूंगा ठीक है. सो दैट्स व्हाई आई बिलीव कि यार थोड़ा केकेआर के साथ जाते हैं एंड लेट्स सी कि कल चाहे जो मर्जी जीते, मैच इंटरेस्टिंग हो, जैसा मुंबई और उसका हुआ था अपना, क्या कहते हैं, चेन्नई का. ऐसा मैच
चेन्नई
चाहिए, कोई जीतो कोई हारो, बट ऐसा मैच वी वांट दैट. सो या, बट अगर जीतते हैं तो रसगुल्ला, बिकॉज गर्मी बहुत ज्यादा है यार.
So, guys, RCB has been outnumbered here, at least in World Cricket fans' dugout. But I'm sure it's not gonna happen on the field.
No, it will
I'm
happen. It will happen. Saksham, कोई problem नहीं, कोई tension ना. RCB जीतूगा, कोई problem नहीं. Cup is yours. ऐसा नाम है.
RCB will win.
You know, we
Please
know.
don't
ये
It's
सारा
jinx.
all
cup
over.
number
I'm
है.
begging you,
Now,
don't
all the
jinx.
rest teams pack up, go home. RCB are going to bring the trophy
Ajit,
home. देखा देखा पोल्ट्री निकल गई नहीं. पोल्ट्री
ये
निकल गई.
सारा cup
All
number
the all the other teams pack up and go. RCB will bring the trophy home. Ah, देखा मजा आया.
something. He might have made his team win with the reverse jinxing, but I think I also won ping, and that's where you people won. So maybe if I wear RCB jersey tomorrow, which I am gonna do it. So who might know we might win as well.
Robert will wear the RCB jersey, pakka. Pakka.
Oh.
Robert will wear the RCB jersey.
See,
100%.
as long as it is a close match, as Anuj said, I'm really happy. I don't want a one-sided win. I want the match to go up to the 19th or maybe the 20th over as well. So on that
यार आई
note,
तो वांट कि 19.5 तक बॉल जाए ना, 20 ओवर तक जाए, 19 भी नहीं, 19 तक तो फिर वन साइडेड हो जाता है हल्का फुल्का, आखिरी गेंद तक जाए.
19.6 कर लो. 5
हाँ,
Super over कर
पूरा
लो.
लास्ट कट टू
Super over
कट,
कर
कट
लो.
टू कट एकदम सुपर ओवर करा लो. ऐसे ही मैचेस चाहिए यार, मजा आना चाहिए जनता को, एंटरटेनमेंट.
Definitely.
Well,
Definitely.
we'll wrap this up now because it's quite late here in India, and also people watching us, they might have to get some sound sleep because it's working day. It's Monday tomorrow.
Yeah.
But thank you everyone for joining in. Really enjoyed this pretty good discussion with each one of you, and also a little bit of precautionary message because we as a nation are fighting this absolutely devastating pandemic. So please wear mask, and if you have to go out, go, but wear a mask, social distance yourself at all times, and please, please, please get vaccinated if you're eligible to. So
And
that's
one
it.
extra message. Pray for Lord and not cut.